Welcome coders to this series of Leetcode solutions where I solve Leetcode problems and you just sit and watch me coding. Just kidding. Okay, so it has been very long time since I recorded and uploaded the last video, and to be honest, it is very difficult to be consistent, and it's very difficult to be do your courses and upload your YouTube videos. So due to that reason, of course, I missed some of the weeks, but I try to be I'll try to be more consistent with my videos. So yeah, so with that good note, let's roll the intro. So this is the dashboard of Leetcode, and we are into problems. Yes, we are into problems. So let me see. So yeah, so we are going to solve this problem called Roman to integers. Very easy question, but not that easy to implement. So yeah, just take me to that problem. Yeah, so this so the problem statement says that the question of the problem is of course Roman to integer, and the problem statement is that given Roman numerals, Roman numbers are represented by 7 different symbols and blah blah blah. I am not going to read I'm not going to read the whole problem statement now because I have to save time. So I'll give you 5 minutes to read the problem statement and try to grasp the question, of course. So yeah, so your time starts now. So yep, I hope you understood the problem, and let's jump into the solution part. So yep, so the problem statement says that simply it says that we have been given some Roman numbers, and we need to convert that Roman number into our very familiar decimal number. That's as simple as that. So let me convert it to JavaScript. So yep. So we have been given this S, and within that S we will have some Roman numbers like I, V, X, L, X, Y, Z, and whatever that is. So we will need to convert that Roman number into decimal number. That's what the question says. So let's suppose if the Roman number is IV, then we know that IV converts back to 4, and if I have this number Vi, then we know that it converts back to 6, and if I have only V, then it converts back to 5. We know that. And how do we do that? If we have a simple logic behind that. So if you read the problem statement, you will get to know that whenever let me do this. Yeah. If you read the problem statement carefully, then you will get to know that whenever a larger number whenever a smaller number comes after a larger number, then the resultant number of both of those numbers is the number which we get after we divide the smaller number with the larger number. For example, if we have V and after that we have I, and most important thing, we need to count or read the Roman numbers from the end side, from the right hand side. We first need to read this V, and then we need to read I. So first we have V, and let's suppose we have only V. Then in that case, the value of V is 5. From this chart I am getting it, and we simply replace V with 5. But if we read 5 from right hand side, we need to read. So if we have V, and after that we have I, and the value of I is smaller than the value of V, then in that case what we need to do, we need to subtract the value of I with the value of V. So the resultant value becomes 5 minus I is equals to 4. Basically 5 minus 1 is equals to 4, and that's how we do. But in case if our if our left hand side's value is greater than the right hand side's value, then that means we don't need to subtract anything. We just need to sum the values of both the characters, and the resultant value will be the sum of both of these characters. Like I, for I we have 1, and for we have 5. So 5 plus I is equals to, 5 plus 1 is equals to 6 basically. So that's the case. So let's jump to the approach part. So let me clear this out, or I can't let it be for our reference. So most obvious approach would be to just iterate over our string, which is this s, and keep adding the values of each characters from the end side. Let's say we have if we have a value, if we have a number, a numeral number called LVII. So what is the resultant, or we can say the like equivalent decimal number for this Roman number? So we as we know that we need to read from the right hand side, and if we try to add the values of each character, then we get something like this. We get 1 for I, again 1 for I, again 1 for I. Till now we have 3, and after that we have v, so the value of v is 5. So till now we have 8. 5 plus 3 is 8, and after that we have L, and the value for L is 50. So 50 plus 8 is equals to 58, which is actually right. So very good. But if we have this thing, if we have LIV, now if we try to do the same thing, like read from the right hand side, add the value of v, which is 5, to the value of I, which is 1. So 1 plus I is equals to 6. No, it's not correct. As we know that if we have a greater value, and after that we have a smaller value, then we need to subtract the smaller value from the greater value to have the equivalent number. So in this case we have 4. So 4, and after that we have a greater value. So we don't need to do anything, just add the resultant value to the greater value. So in this case we have 54. So the correct value is 54. So this is the approach that we are going to go with and try to solve this problem. So let's try to solve. So from here our solution begins. Okay, mistake. So we will have a for loop where we will iterate over this string. So I starts with 0. I will go till s dot length, because we don't have any n that stores the length of the string. So we go until the length of s, and then after every iteration we need to increment our i's value. And here, my friend, we need 3 pointers, or we can say 3 variables. So let result, we will store our result in this variable. Result initially will be 0, and after that we will have previous. The value of previous initially will be 0, and after that we will have current. I'm not explaining on the way. I'm not explaining right now what these previous and current will store, but we will get to know about these very soon. So current will store 0 initially, and after that I will have a switch case statement, switch, and within this I will have the indexes, like current indexes of this s. So currently I will store the index of 0. Oh, sorry, one mistake. I need to iterate over this s from the right hand side. So this thing will be here, my bad, and this should be greater than equal to 0. Yeah, and I should be minus minus. Yep, now good. So switch will hold a value called s dot char at I. So this thing will give us the letter at every iteration. Like at first iteration I will become 0, so char at 0 will give us what is the character at this index of this string. So currently this I will store the last index, so we will check what is the character at this index, at the last index of this string. So we will get the character, and after that we will have some cases. So case 1 will have if that character is equals to I. If that is the case, then we need to do something like, if that is the case, then the current's value will be 1. Simple. And after that we need to add a break statement so that we don't do the same thing with other cases. So if the case is like, if we have the if the current character is double I, then in that case the current values will have 2, and after that a break statement. So I'll do the same thing with all the other characters. Till then you just sit and watch me coding. Yep. So I'm done with my this switch case statement. So every iteration I will change, and with that the character at ith index will change, and according to that whatever the character is, the current will change. So current is a variable which will vary according to the character we get at every index, and after that the current variable will hold that value, and we do something after that. So current will hold the value, and after that we will check now where the magic happens. So here we will have a check, and this check checks if our previous value is greater than the current value, and if that happens to be true, we need to subtract from result. We need to subtract this thing, current thing. And if that's not the case, else what we need to do, we need to add the current's value to result, and after that our previous will become current. Don't worry if you don't understand this code. I will walk you through this. And after that we need to we need to return what do we need to return? We need to return the result. Sorry, my bad, I'm very bad with my memory. So so now let me walk you through this code. So let's suppose we need to dry run with this thing, LVIII, whose equivalent decimal value is 58. So let's walk you through. At first iteration I will be here, and character at ith index will be I. So this case will pass, current will store 1, and here we will come here. After that we will check if our previous value is greater than current. So previous value initially holds 0, and current value is currently 1. So this condition definitely gives us false value. We go to else block, and else block, what else block does, we are actually adding the current value to our result. So result initially was 0, but now we are adding 1 to it, so results become 1, and after that we are actually storing the current value to in our previous value. So now our previous value is 1. So we go to our next iteration. Our next iteration is 1 again. So we do the same thing. This situation will fall because previous is 1 and current is also 1. So this condition will give us false, and we go to else block. We add the current value to result. We convert the previous value to 1. Again this happens, and till now our result will store 3, because we are actually adding current 3 times to result, and every time current's value is 1. So now result stores 3. After that we go to this thing, this v, and here where magic happens. So now current is this case will get passed and current will store 5, and we will check if our previous value is greater than current. Previous value is 1 and current is 5, so this whole thing this whole thing gives us a false value. We go to here and we store current value to our results value. We add current's value to result value. So now our result value is previously it was 3 and now it is 5 plus 5, so it is plus 8. So now the result is 8. We go to this thing, this L, and we do the same things actually, like this case got passed and current will hold 50, and obviously previous will give us true because it gives us false because previous is 5 and current is 50. So this thing gets executed. Result will hold result will get current will get added to result. Current is 50 now, and result will be 58. So for this Roman number, our code gives us very true number. That's good. But what if we have this number, this very tweaky one? So for this thing, let's try run it. So initially current will store this thing, this case get passed and current will store 5. After that a result will store also 5 and previous will become 5. So after that we have this I. Okay, now this case got passed and current will store 1, and after that when we check for this condition, previous is greater than current. Now this is true, guys, because previous initially stored 5, as we can see. Previous is now 5 and current is now 1. So this thing gives us true, and we execute this thing, which is result minus equals to current. That means we need to subtract the value of current from the result. Result initially stored 5 and now we need to subtract the value of current, which is 1. So 5 minus 1 is equals to 4. So now result becomes 4. So this thing, obviously if we see this thing only, so this is 4 only. And after that we have this L. So the value of L is 50, of course, this thing here. So this case executes and current will store 50 now. And if we check, previous is greater than current. Previous is it was 5 basically, and current is now 50. So this obviously this thing gives us false, and we go to else block, and now we will add the current value to our result. So current value is 50 and result was 4. Now it is 54. Previous will become current, and now we have 54 in our result. So we have actually dry run it, and it is working fine with both of the cases. So let's try to console it, or let's try to run it. Hope I'll not get any result. Okay, return result. Result is not defined. That's strange. Result is not defined. Why? Let me check. Okay, this is the for loop, and we are returning here. Okay, we don't need to return here. We need to return here. Result. Okay. So we need to do whole this execution right here. Okay, so this was in for loop, so this was not actually accessible outside of the for loop, so that's why it was giving us a 0. Okay, that was my bad. Now it should work. So we are returning outside of the loop, we are assigning outside of the loop, so now it should work. Okay, one test case got passed, test case second got passed, but test case 3 is not passing. Why is it so? Let's check. Okay, that was because for M I have like it should be 100, I mean it should be 1000. So now if I run it, so I should get the correct answer. Yeah, Now it got accepted. So test 1 is passed, case 2 is passed, case 3 is passed. So I should submit this now, and it should give me accepted in green letters. Yeah, I got accepted. Yeah, that's good, very good. I'm happy now. So that's how we solve the problem. Basically this problem asks you to think in terms of how we can like how we can subtract the previous value from our current value, and when we should subtract it and when we should don't. If you know that logic only, then you can easily solve this question. Just I did, and I have shown it how we can do that, and I have also dry run it for you to get you understand this problem more easily and more in a better way. So that's all for now. I hope you understood this problem. If you do need help or do need more explanation, please let me know below in the comment section. Yeah, that's it for now, guys. I'll meet you soon in our next Leetcode problem. Till then, keep coding, keep learning. AK signing off.